Showtime! The Capital G Show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking about two cards that we now know are going to be coming out of the Bellow of the Blue-Eyed White Dragon structure deck, set to be released in the OCG around mid-June-ish. Hopefully we'll see it in the TCG by the end of the year, if not early next year. So full disclosure, big shout outs to Cyber Knight. I saw this video on his channel and I immediately went around the forums, went to his website, read these cards, and I was like, oh my goodness, I am hyped, and I can't believe I'm ever saying that I'm hyped about Blue Eyes White Dragon support. Anyways, let me go into the two cards. The first card is Guard of the Storm Dragon. It's a level 1 Light Dragon tuner monster, so obviously it can make the Silver Eyes Dragon synchro. We don't know the stats of this monster yet. The effect of Guard is you can target one normal dragon monster you control, equip this monster from your hand or your side of the field to that target. If the equipped monster attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage to your opponent. So basically, it can give a Blue Eyes White Dragon trample. I mean, it's okay. I'm not going to go higher than like maybe a 5 out of 10 or something like that, because Blue Eyes does have that beastly 3000 attack, which means that this could potentially end games if you have a Blue Eyes on the field, but it can only be equipped to Blue Eyes. It can't be equipped to other dragon monsters, which, you know, I think it maybe should have just been able to equip to any dragon. It doesn't offer any protection for itself or for my Blue Eyes, so I'm not crazy about it. Like maybe if the Blue Eyes couldn't die in battle, or if it just had like the gear frame effect where if the Blue Eyes died in battle, you could detach this to protect it, you know. So overall, the card is kind of meh. The whole video is talking about really the ace in the hole that this deck seems to have. It's called Blue-Eyed Maiden. Oh yes, this card is ridiculous. Okay, she's a 1-star light spellcaster tuner monster. Her effect is just ridiculous. She is awesome. When this card is targeted for an attack, negate the attack, and if you do, change this card's battle position. Okay, that's cool. Then special summon one Blue Eyes from your hand, your deck, or your graveyard. Okay, so that's where things get cool. I can get a Blue Eyes from my fucking deck or my graveyard. Sign me up. Oh, but it gets better. It gets better. When this card is targeted by a card effect, you can special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, your deck, or your graveyard. You can only activate the effect of Blue-Eyed Maiden once per turn and once that turn. Okay, so this card is amazing. I know that we don't know the stats, so my hype wagon can only go so high on this card, but, you know, let's be real. It is a level 1 monster, and it's a tuner, so obviously I couldn't see it being any higher than like 300 or something like that. Look, the point is, not only does she protect herself from an attack, no one's going to be dumb enough to try and attack this bitch, because if you do, you get a freaking Blue Eyes on the field. Like, that's amazing. Not only does she change herself to defense, because, I mean, I would assume most of the time you're going to put her in attack mode, so if your opponent tries to get slick and attack twice, you just, you know, she goes to defense. But she also protects you from, you know, targeting card effects. Oh, your opponent wants to mind control you. Oh, your opponent wants to deprison you. They want to use an enemy controller. Okay, let me get my free Blue Eyes White Dragon. I mean, this card is just amazing. Oh, you've got that bear and you want to use its effect to blow up my monster? That's cool. I'll just get a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Have fun trying to get over that. And you can summon the Blue Eyes from your hand, your deck, or your graveyard. This card is amazing. Okay, so I've already thought of some really stupid ways to abuse this card. Okay, I know this is going to sound like really out there, but how about Wonder Wand? Summon Blue-Eyed Maiden, activate Wonder Wand. Oh, guess what? My Blue-Eyed Maiden has just been targeted. That means I'm going to get myself a free Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now I'm going to destroy the Wonder Wand and the Maiden, draw 2 cards. I just went +1, but my +1 is a 3000 beater that just about every deck is going to struggle to get off the field. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Another cool play that could end up being busted as hell with Blue-Eyed Maiden is Call of the Haunted. You know, she's in your graveyard, you target her for Call of the Haunted, summon her to the field, and then bam, she triggers and summons a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now, that's going to depend on exactly how they word this card, and I'm really basing this off the precedent of Spirit Reaper versus Call of the Haunted. You know how if you have a Spirit Reaper in the graveyard and you Call of the Haunted it, when it gets summoned to the field, it kills itself because it's considered to have been targeted by Call of the Haunted. So I'm really basing that play on the Spirit Reaper rule. ruling, and if it's worded the same, then I mean that's just going to be a busted effect too. And the last card that I think is going to be really nice with Blue-Eyed Maiden is definitely Forbidden Lance, because it's another way for you to trigger it. You know, maybe your opponent tries to evac it, they try and deprison it, or more commonly Fiendish chained it, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to chain my lance on top of that. Not only am I protected against those traps, but I'm going to get a Blue Eyes White Dragon for my time in trouble. I mean, outside of mass removal and then things like Book of Moon or, you know, the Maestro, I mean, I think it's going to be really difficult to get this card off the field without giving your opponent a Blue Eyes. I mean, if nothing else, I just see this as a card that maybe stalls for a couple of turns until you can get your deck rolling. So, I mean, I like it a lot. I mean, the shit summons from the deck, the hand, and the graveyard. The freaking deck. I mean, I think it's nice. So let me know what you guys think, guys. Thank you for watching as always. Thanks, Cyber Knight, and have a nice day. Subscribing makes life happy.